hits just keep on coming for Microsoft. It's coming out now that Microsoft is going to hijack your browser. Copilot will hijack your browser for your own convenience. Apparently, it's going to embed Edge into their AI assistant, ignoring questions about opt-in. Oh, I'm sure that's going to go over really, really well. We've been following the saga and the sad decline of Microsoft as it chases the AI chuck wagon. They are trying to force Copilot into everything, and users are rejecting it. They don't want it. I think maybe they would be more receptive to it if it were optional, but it is being integrated into more and more pretty much micro slop product, right? The micro slop product is Windows 11, and it is an AI product, and that's just it, man. That's what they want. That's where they want to go with everything. So we're going to talk about this before we get into it any further. Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. We've been following this for at least a couple of months now, and Microsoft had a really disastrous update back in January that broke a lot of people's computers. It broke my computer. I've talked about that before at length, and people are like, shut up about your laptop. Well, I'm not going to shut up about it because it's kind of important that people know what Windows 11 can do to your system. Really, all they would have to do to win back some goodwill, I think, is just make Copilot optional and release a bloat-free version of Windows, which apparently exists. This is a Windows 11 LTSC is a thing, and this is mostly for enterprise users. But apparently there is a Copilot-free version of Windows 11 that actually works, like Windows 11 did at launch. Windows 11, when it first came out, it wasn't terrible. It really wasn't. And then they started stuffing, I almost said Clippy. Yeah, they started stuffing Copilot into everything, and it just has been getting worse and worse and worse. But this is a whole nother level here. So this is, again, coming from the Register. Microsoft Copilot to hijack your browser for your own convenience. Microsoft is rolling out a Copilot update to Windows insiders that embeds web browsing directly into the assistant, opening links in a side panel rather than launching your default browser. Is this to keep you on edge, like the browser, not you personally? Like, is my computer going to boot next time I turn it on? The plan is that users of the Copilot app in Windows will show content in the assistant's window, so you don't lose context. Copilot will also, with permission, have access to the context of tabs opened in the conversation, so the assistant can look across them when responding to user prompts. Open tabs will be saved with the conversation so they can be returned to, and if a user chooses to enable it, passwords and form data can be synchronized. Enabling password and form data synchronization might give some users pause for thought, particularly after the Windows recall fiasco. So Windows recall, yeah, apparently all that stuff is not safe. It can just keep taking screenshots of your desktop, and it's not safe. Users worried about Redmond slurping data should probably consider an alternative to Windows anyway. That is the key, right? And they're trying to, I think, put the kibosh on that because now all of a sudden it's very convenient timing. We're having all this discussion about age verification and using a government ID to be able to access the internet. Now they're talking, oh, you need to have a age verification of some kind to be able to install any kind of operating system, including Linux, because I think a lot of people are jumping ship to Linux. And people are wondering why I'm not mentioning Apple. I'm like, well, Apple, you got to go buy an Apple computer, and they're very expensive. I'm talking people who already have a Windows PC who want an alternative to Microsoft. Linux Mint is probably your best, easiest bet at this point, but they're going to come for that too. I guarantee you, if we have a significant number of people jump ship from Microslop to Linux, they're going to follow us over here for sure. And so at first glance, it looks like embedding Edge into Copilot via the Web View 2 control is an attempt to steer the user away from their default browser. Yes, convenient. Yeah, good for competition, possibly not. We asked Microsoft whether this would be an opt-in experience and which browser was being used, but other than acknowledging receipt of our questions, the company did not respond. No, it's going to be Edge. And then what they're going to do is they're going to be like, look, Edge usership has soared past Google Chrome. The update has raised a few eyebrows among browser vendors. Bruce Lawson, Vivaldi's technical communications officer, told us if it's not opt-in, then it's bad behavior. Over the last 25 years, people have become accustomed to clicking links, and that opens their default browser with their preferred settings, stored passwords, preferred font size, and preferred security settings. Pulling that rug from under a user's feet is impertinent and discourteous. Whether it circumvents DMA or other competition regulations is for lawyers and regulators to decide, but the eternal arrogance of gatekeepers is self-evident. God, that is very verbose, right? So Microsoft keeps getting in trouble. Basically, Microsoft pushes it as far as they can push it until they get in trouble, and they're already in trouble again with the FCC. Now, apparently, they're looking into them because they said that they're not only are they anti-competition, but they're like anti-conservative and anti-Christian too. So there's a whole bunch of things that are going on. I think there are going to be lawsuits or something, some kind of investigation over Copilot and AI and them shoving it into everything before it's all said and done. They said the Copilot app is also being tweaked elsewhere. Microsoft stated as part of this update, some features like podcast and study and learn mode from Copilot are getting added, while others may be pulled back. While we iterate on the experience, we will add priority features back in before the updated app is generally available. For Copilot app users, opening web links alongside conversations is perhaps a useful feature. For browser vendors already dealing with Microsoft's preferred way of doing things, the update could be seen as another attempt to keep a user safely within their purview. Yeah, so that's what this is really all about. And that's all these companies. They don't want you to leave their ecosystem. They want your internet experience to be them. Right? It's like, I guess, going to a theme park, right? It's like you go to Disney and they trap you in the park and they don't want you to leave. They want you to stay in their hotels and shop at their stores and eat their restaurants. They don't want you going across town to Universal because that's money that they're not getting from you, right? And that's what's going on here. They want you to stay in their walled garden. Microsoft and AI is being used to do that. They want you to stay in the Windows ecosystem using the Microsoft tools where they can better monetize you. And it's both monetize you because you'll pay for, Office 365, whatever it is, but also they can monetize you as a mark for advertising and as a person they can sell product to or sell information from. It's the same with Facebook. It's the same with Meta. They do the same thing. They want you in Facebook's ecosystem. The reason a lot of these websites have collapsed, we've talked about this a lot, that, especially niche websites, the reason that the traffic has collapsed is that Facebook used to be a traffic driver. They want you in the ecosystem now. They want you to stay on Facebook. They want you to publish on Facebook. They want you to live on Facebook. Google, same thing. Google used to be a search engine. It's not. Google is you're part of the Gmail ecosystem or whatever. Your business uses it. And Google search is basically just their Facebook at this point. And they show you what they want you to see. And usually that's a shit ton of ads. And then they follow you around the internet with cookies or whatever. I don't know if they're still doing the cookies or not. But yeah, I mean, it just keeps going on and on. And so what we're going to have basically is we're not going to have a free and open internet. We're going to have basically AOL and Prodigy all over again. People are going to log on to the internet using their Microsoft device or their Google device or their whatever, and they're going to be stuck kind of in that ecosystem. And that's what they want because they're all competing for eyeballs, right? Because if the dead internet theory is real, that most of the traffic on the internet is dead, then they're going to be competing for the live eyeballs, and that'd be you guys. It'd be me and you. And I don't want them monetizing me, but that's just me. So there we go, guys. It's going to get crazy. They're going to get desperate again. Satya Nadella has already said repeatedly that they have to justify the expense, all the money that they're spending on Copilot, and people are rejecting it. Just again, they would like it a little bit better if they had the choice, and apparently there is an option. So I might actually look into that myself. We'll see. Windows 11 LTSC. Going to wrap it up. Please subscribe. We'll talk later.